Hey folks, Adrian Fontes here. A lot of people have been wondering about adjudication in Maricopa County in the 2020 election. I'm going to explain that really quickly in this video. It was a process that was ultimately approved by not only the Secretary of State, but the Attorney General, the Governor's office, everyone who went through, made changes in the Elections Procedures Manual. Here's how the process of adjudicating a ballot works. So the tabulators actually read a ballot, and you got the front side of the ballot and the back side of the ballot. It takes a scan of that, and then it's that data that's actually read. It creates a TIFF file. Now that TIFF file can be added to but not taken away from. And what it reads is just the little oval that you filled in. Let's say in one contest you've got two ovals, it's a select only one, and for some reason it reads that there's marks in two ovals instead of just the one, or whatever combination, okay? That contest, not the entire ballot, but that contest needs to be adjudicated, right? Just like in a jury trial where citizens decide whether the person is guilty or not guilty, in this circumstance, we have a board of citizens of two different parties who will decide on that ballot what the mark is. And here's some of the factors that are involved. Whether or not somebody crossed off the name of one of the candidates that they didn't want and said no, whether they circled the name of the person they wanted and said yes. But the tabulation software can't read that. It's very precise, and it only reads what's inside the little bubble. So if you've got two bubbles on one contest that are filled in, you got to look at the whole thing. That's where it has to be adjudicated. Okay, so what happens? How do we do that? Well, in 2020, the system that we set up puts the image of the ballot up on a screen, and you've got two human beings, one Democrat and one Republican, who are volunteered through the party, and they look at, the software pulls up just that contest, and it pulls up the contest, shows you the rest of the ballot, but it pulls up just that contest, and it says, here's what you're looking at. And so these two folks will actually look at it. There's no scans, no extra barcodes. I mean, people just think of all this other stuff. They look at that and they see if there's other markings or other indicia that will allow them to determine what the voter's intent was, right? That's the idea. What's the voter's intent? If they can determine that the voter said no to this candidate and yes to this candidate, then they will make that determination and they'll both agree, right? A Republican and a Democrat will agree, and then they'll make the notation in the file and they'll send the ballot off so that that contest can be tabulated. Now, in the actual electronic file that is stored for that sheet of paper, right? The sheet of paper is stored. The electronic file is the one that we have. That TIFF file then is added to, and the identity of the folks who are doing it and the selection that they make is added to that ballot. So you can track back from the hard copy ballot to the image. You can see who made a determination based on that image and what they determined. It's all very accountable. But we added an extra step, and that extra step is this. The ballot image now has a number, and they do a paper log, and they show what number the ballot image was, which contest it was. This is people writing this down, and then they say, this is the determination that we made on that contest. That's adjudication, and it only happens contest by contest. They don't do the whole ballot or any of that stuff. And they call it electronic adjudication because you're doing it on the electronic image of the ballot, which is what's actually being tabulated. So that's it. That's exactly how it works. All of the mythologies that are out there about, that the machines did this and the barcodes did that, the determination is made, adjudicated by human beings, Republicans and Democrats. It has to be bipartisan. And if there's a tie, there's a third person who comes in, and we have these whole processes laid out. Very simple, very straightforward. I just wanted to clear that up because there's so many crazy stories about how this all worked, and it's really quite simple. And everything is stored not only electronically inside the file that actually has the original ballot image and all the activity that happens into the tabulators, but also there are paper logs of that. So I just wanted to bring that information out here because I got a question about it several times, and we just wanted to clear that up. So I'm Adrian Fontes. Thanks so much. Hope everybody is having great preparations for a fantastic weekend. And that's it. Hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.